next presenter will be Mark Collins of emission-free generators. This is really an intriguing notion. I can't get this one out of my head, Mark, as I think about your technology and my eco efforts in my own home. So I'm really intrigued. Can't wait to learn more and to hear what our judges want to know from you as you present today. But it looks to me like you're all ready to go.
Yep.
And I'm going to hide, and you can take it away.
Wonderful, lovely. Thank you very much indeed. I'm Mark Collins, CEO of Emission Free Generators. I'm co-founder and co-inventor of a revolutionary hydrogen on-demand technology. I'm going to introduce you to the Zen H2, a clean energy portable generator that changes the way we deliver fuel and use power. This is the picture that I was confronted with in 2017. The dreaded blackout. 10 nights without light, heat, or communication. It was more than just uncomfortable. People in my area lost their lives. This, and the plight of others living daily without electricity worldwide, pushed me to invent a clean energy that can be delivered right to your door for use indoors as well as out by anyone from the age 70 to 97. Whether we're forced into a blackout or choose to be off-grid, being without electricity is a major issue in today's world. So, what backup power products are currently on the market when the grid is unavailable? You just have three options. There's solar panels. These are good, but with physical limitations. Batteries are great, although they are a one-time use and very limited in power duration. And the traditional fuel generator. Fossil fuels. We all know these create deadly fumes and noisy and smell, but, and this is a key point, they can provide power 24/7, unlike the other two, which have an important role, but do not come as portable power certainty. The big problem is that 127 million Americans are unable to use or operate any of those three products because they live in apartments. They don't have outdoor space or are physically unable to move liquid fuels, panels, cables, or heavy batteries around. So we designed and built a product better than anything on the market and at a competitive rate. One that delivers independent power 24/7. It does not need recharging from another power source or require secondary equipment outside the home or business. This is the Zen H2. Our patent-protected technology comes as two products. The generator, with highly advanced technology and AI software that controls energy production and power output delivery, and the fuel, which is a solid-state proprietary powder contained in our reusable, non-pressurized energy cartridge. It's really easy to operate. You simply place the fuel cartridge into the Zen H2 and plug in your own electrical device for instant power. The Zen H2 senses an electrical output demand and creates a tiny amount of hydrogen by activating the powder in the cartridge. The hydrogen is immediately consumed in the creation of energy. And this cycle repeats itself over and over and over, providing safe, continuous electricity. There's no need for storage. As soon as the hydrogen is created, it's consumed. So there's no wastage. There's no high pressure, no high temperature, no noise, no emissions, and no odor. These are examples of a typical energy output from one of our single cartridges. For instance, you can run a whole home office for over 12 hours with just one cartridge. If you need extended power, just add another cartridge for continuous use. The portable generator market is 7.8 billion and growing at 7.6 CAGR. California has restricted portable fossil fuel generator purchases since 2024, which is leading up to a full ban in 2028. This is an open, perfect market for us and a great position. So we made it our beachhead market, and we're launching our product in just a few months' time. This is our team. Over 100 years of practical experience covering startups, exits, patents, new product launches, financial responsibilities, and marketing of consumer products, and top corporate positions for the world's largest companies. We're also supported by a larger team of expert advisors, engineers, and industry gurus. To date, we have had 1.4 million of corporate VC and award investment. And just last week, we received a term sheet for 750,000 from a respected VC. We are also raising on WeFunder, 430,000 so far from 245 investors. So come and join us. Our mission is to create a step change to the portable generator market and provide emission-free power to the people in the world that need an alternative solution. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Mark, great job.
Thank you.
Let's turn to Paul to go first. Paul, what would you like to know?
Oh, I think you're on mute, Paul. I can't hear.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
Still can't get it right. Mark, I love what you've got going. Not just the generator, the actual product, but the team and how well thought out every single step is. I am like super impressed, especially since when I first kind of was scrolling offers on WeFunder, I kind of just scrolled past yours. I just thought it was another generator. It wasn't until I really examined what you've got going on did I notice how special this really is of an opportunity. Now, I read your end of year update mentioning you've shifted the production timeline from Q1 to Q2 of this year. And you said it was because of completing the new cartridge redesign and accelerated life testing.
Yep.
Now, you've also mentioned that you've pre-sold 150 units and are 3/4 through the next 500 to 600. That's roughly what, 1.3 million in committed revenue?
Yes,
Given
absolutely.
something like that, yeah. Given that strong demand signal, what gives you confidence that Q2 of this year is now locked in? Is it the capital raise timeline or is it technical risk in the accelerated life testing?
No, we're good on accelerated risk. We have done the testing. We're in beta mode, so this is just before pre-production in effect. The only thing that stops us going through into market is capital. It's expensive when you are building a new product, and when you have to comply with all of the UL certifications, and there is a string of compliance that we have to meet. Fortunately, we are pretty much compliant. I actually wrote the standard for hydrogen on demand for small portable generators with the Canadian Standards Authority, CSA, a few years back. So we are fully aware of what is required for a product to be launched to the market from a UL standard. So production-wise, we're in a very good position. Monetary-wise, we just need money for stock.
Great. Great answer to Paul's question. Jackie, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, it's super exciting product and wonderful presentation. Where my head is going is, can you tell us a little bit about, these are going to be in-home, and I'm thinking kids knock them over, somebody gets a hammer out and starts to get in at one of those cartridges, and all of a sudden we got powdered hydrogen. Talk to me a little bit about the risk associated with the materials and in-home use and how the risk there, and how should we feel comfortable as a consumer that it's okay in my house?
Okay, yeah, and I mean that's a great question, and of course, one of the biggest things that we've concentrated on is that safety, making sure that, as you say, people don't try and break into them, or dogs bite into them, or whatever can go on in a property. We've tried to replicate as much as that as possible. Um, One of the reasons why we delayed our production to second quarter was because we did want to get this cartridge right, and so what we have done is we've made little discs and they're this sort of size. And those discs are stacked on top of each other, so they all independently work very much as a structure. So these are circle discs and solid all the way through. And then they get stacked on top of each other, which gives them even more strength. They lock in place, and this is a very, very solid piece of reusable plastics. So we're not recycling that product; we're reusing it. And the reason why we can reuse it is because it's pretty solid. You can take a hammer to these and really give it some effort to try and break into it. Uh, of course, there's always that opportunity that somebody is going to manage and they're going to drill
Yeah,
holes or do whatever. I mean, you can do that with a battery. You can throw
that's right.
um,
Yeah.
you can throw open flames into the middle of a petrol can. So all those different things. But with ours, if even if you do break into it, all that happens is that you get a tiny amount of powder, around about 20 grams worth of powder that comes out, because every part of our section is sectioned off into 90 different individual little sections. So you
Mm,
have to break through all of those sections to get a mass of powder out. You've really got to go to town on this for a considerable amount of time to be able to do that. Now, this is a very safe system. And when we're producing the hydrogen, we only produce literally tiny amounts. I mean, tiny, tiny amounts. And they're immediately consumed. So there's no storage.
thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Great. I love this discussion because this is such a compelling product. Uh, Leah, what would you like to know?
Well, first, congrats, Mark, because really, I was not going to think that I would actually be interested in a company that has a hydrogen generator, but you make it interesting.
Oh,
And
thank
you
you.
make it kind of making sense from an energy standpoint as well. So thank you for that. And what I really would like to know is what is the product life cycle? Meaning, what is the carbon footprint of producing this tiny amount of hydrogen, of producing this cartridge, and what is the waste that consumers have to deal with once the cartridge is used, and how is that being recycled?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our product carbon footprint is 0.068 um, grams per kilogram of CO2. So it's tiny, in effect. It's about as close as you can get to solar from a product carbon footprint point of view when you're in production. So it's very low. From a wastage point of view, well, there is no wastage with our product. We have made it from the outset of our invention and our creation to make sure that there is no wastage. We don't want anything going into landfill related to emission-free generators. So the cartridge comes back to us, very much like an espresso coffee pod or something along those sort of lines. It comes back to us. So once it's been fully used, it's sent to us, and we open it up. We take out any residual that's inside it. We give it a blast of air. We don't even use water. We refill it, put it all back together again, and that unit then goes back into the ecosystem again, back into the circular economy for recycled products. The waste that comes out of that, the powdered waste in effect that comes out that we have, is then sold into the construction industry, where it's a sought after product in the use of concrete. So there is a secondary use for this product. And it just happens that the way that we produce the hydrogen during its process, that product then becomes a very valuable item for the construction industry. So nothing is wasted. As long as you return the product, then we can do something with it. If it is given into landfill, then it is an inert product, so nothing will hurt. This is a safe product to be sent in the mail and all those sort of things. It is safe to be thrown away, but it's not good. That's not what we want. That's going to sit in landfill for hundreds of years because it's plastic. We don't want that. Eventually, after about 50 operations or 50 cycles of the cartridge, then we break that down and we then put that into a recycling system and we reuse it within the new cartridges.
That's great. Well, our time is up. Let me remind everybody